think about that?
It's hard to tell, Blanche. We'd need to see both earrings on.
I bought it to help Rose and me win the bowling tournament this year.
You think you have a shot at the trophy? I thought the Nielsen twins were unbeatable.
Oh, I don't really care whether we win or not. I just...
You're always there for me. I appreciate that.
We're there for each other. Yep. I don't know of any other mothers and daughters who have gone through half of what we've gone through. I can't tell you how much it meant to me when you and I...
2.5 hours. I thought you died. What's wrong? Whoa.
That hurt?
No, I'm singing rock and roll. Of course it hurts.
What did you have for dinner?
I didn't have any dinner.
All right. Tell me everything you ate today.
I don't know, a little of this, a little of that.
Wait a minute, she had the scongy...
Pop, that is enough. Come out of the bedroom now.
Not while she's out there. She hit me.
Ma, with a piece of bread.
5 days old. It was like a jack handle.
He deserved it after the way he wished me a happy 50th birthday.
Ma, what are you talking about? You're 48.
That's what I thought. In Rush, half the people have walkers, the other half can't get out of their chairs, but they got bells going off like crazy. You know what that does to hearts that only beat a few times a week? It's not pretty.
we better go. We have reservations.
That. Maybe I didn't show it. I'm not an affectionate person, but you are. Don't tell your sister. And keep the silver.
Okay.
You know, I'll probably see your father in heaven. I haven't seen him in 30 years. I wish there was time to get my hair done.
You new to this area, Dr. Clayton?
Yes, I recently moved here.
Oh, Miami's a beautiful city. I'm sure you'll enjoy living here.
Yes, and I'm sure your wife, Mrs. Clayton, will enjoy it too.
Mrs. Clayton and I are no longer together.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So,
Every time you get a pamphlet, I get that disease. And not just diseases. I thought for a while I was a Jew for Jesus.
Hi, Sophia.
Shalom.
Dorothy, I picked up Charlie's pictures.
Oh, these must be from his last...
It kind of reminded me of a party back in St. Olaf when I was a little girl. Big Sven and Little Sven were celebrating the first anniversary of their smoked herring hoagie house. When Big Sven...
I'll get it. It's my cake. Stand back. I'll get it.
Give him to you. He's yours.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Devereaux. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Mrs. Nyland.
Hi, Daisy. Bye, Daisy. That was Daisy, wasn't it? Yes. She's been helping out the entire time you've been gone. It's just so inspiring the way those Sunshine Cadets volunteer for community.
Stan, did you really mean what you said about there not being that much between you and Chrissy? That's right. I'm glad, because now I don't feel so guilty. What are you talking about? Stanley, I don't feel the same way about us as you do. You're kidding. No, you know, what happened the other night?
Now I lay me down to sleep. You know, I'd almost forgotten about that night.
With all of us cramped into that bed, I had to sleep in positions I never thought possible.
Me too.
I don't think we have that many women's shoe stores in my whole country.
Oh, my Lord, look who just walked in.
Who?
Floyd. And look at that young thing with him. Why, she's half his age.
She's half your age.
Cheat on Miles? Well, maybe cheat isn't quite the right word. Just think of it as one night out with my rich friends from Texas.
Well, why isn't that cheating?
Because you're not going to get caught. Come on, Rose, just think about it. A delicious dinner at an elegant restaurant at night.
It's after midnight.
Sophia and I are going into business.
How did she talk you into this, Rose?
Oh, Sophia didn't talk me into it. As she said, if I had half a brain, I'd have thought of it myself. Besides, it'll be fun, Dorothy. Just like when I was a little girl and sold Belgian waffles alongside the road.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lorraine, but there was something I had to take care of.
No, I'm not Lorraine.
You're not Lorraine Maslansky?
No.
Really? Because I have her chart here.
Hand me my purse, I'll check my driver's license. Blanche, what do you say?
I say go and have a good time.
Oh, thank you.
Blanche, that was sweet of you.
Well, Dorothy's a good friend. Besides, who knows? Maybe this guy will turn out to be cute.
Caring, they need compassion. They need attending to. You know, someday, Dr. Bud, you're going to be on the other side of the table. And as angry as I am, and as angry as I always will be, I still wish you a better doctor than you were to me. A pig, a duck, a horse, a pencil sharpener. Blanche, jump in, I'm drowning.
Sonia Klingenhofer is a comic strip.
And a darn good one, too. Well, good night.
Both of you come back here, or I'll be forced to follow you to your room.
Please, now we have a real problem. Sophia is missing, and you are my last hope. I've already tried calling Cicely's Department of Missing Persons. They just laughed at me.
You call missing persons in Sicily? You got it wrong. You call them to lose somebody.
Well, what should I do? Do you know any...
Oh, thank you, Blanche. That was a great idea.
It's great bringing two idiots closer together.
I think that's the motto of the St. Olaf Telephone Company.
I'm getting nervous. Just think to...
I love that car. All the memories we had in that car, huh? The cruising, the drive-ins, the road trips.
And don't forget the accident you had in that car.
What accident?
I'll give you a hint. It cost me $10 every Christmas and still calls me Grandma.
It sure was, Bill. Patrick swore to me that I was the only woman in his life.
He told me the same thing.
You liar.
He said he was going to tell everybody about us. He said when the time was right, he was going to rent a plane and...
Write it in the sky?
Find out why, while you boys and girls watch another very special adventure of Ricky the Flying Turtle. See you in a few minutes. Clear! Freddie, it's been 16 years. When are you going to learn? Tuesday, it's Mr. Policeman. Thursday, it's Mr. Man.
Natural blonde?
I am a natural blonde.
Right, Rose, you and Tina Turner.
Did Dorothy tell you she's going to be a grandma?
Oh, that was a secret.
Oh, Dorothy, that's wonderful. Why didn't you tell us?
Because we're not 100% sure. I didn't talk to Kate. Ma did. I'm going to buy you anything, and I'm going to tell your folks what you're doing, and then I'm going to call the school for bad girls, and they will come and pick you up and put you in a sack and take you away. And you will never eat ice cream or play jump rope again.
That's pretty good.
Well, let's see. There's so much to remember. Well, he was charming and quite an athlete, intellectual. He could match wits with anybody in town. And very handsome. The ladies loved him.
Bobby, let's go. The exchange is going down. Move it.
What's going on?
Mr. McDowell, no time to explain. You just get on the floor and stay there. Is that clear? On the floor now.
At 8 o'clock.
See you later, Boff. Biff. Patrick.
Blanche, come on. Hi, Mr. Vaughn.
Oh, please call me Patrick.
Rose, I meant let him get dressed in private.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm still in shock. I've never seen Bridget in bed with a man before, except Raggedy Andy. I can't believe it.
It's Dorothy and Blanche. Buddy Rourke after all these years.
You don't know who he is, do you, Rose?
Haven't a clue.
Please, don't be embarrassed. We never met before.
Well, then exactly how would you have known her anywhere?
From
You couldn't slip through your fingers now if you used a shoehorn.
Oh, my God.
Blanche?
Ham Lushbaugh. Just look at you.
What else can we look?
Beendorf. Oh, it was just a platonic thing. We just went out to the movies and dinner. But when George came home on leave, he was furious. He accused me unjustly of infidelity while he was off fighting in some foreign land, some God-forsaken land where people didn't even believe in Jesus. And he forbade me ever to see Andrew again. So, of course, I didn't. Some help, right, Rose?
Time. Maybe you shouldn't be with strangers right now. You should be with family and friends. You know, people you know. You know, you're right. That would help. Right now, my life feels like one frightening, gaping maw ready to consume me. Did you ever feel like that? Every day.
Man of pigs.
The first effects of Hurricane Gale are now directly being felt along the South Florida coast.
Oh, have all the acts shown up?
Are we all set? Where's the MC?
All set. Ladies, trees are falling. Power lines are down.
After you jump, your chute will open automatically and you'll lurch upwards. Unfortunately, not high enough to get back in the plane. Now, all you have to do is relax and enjoy the view. The only thing to remember is when you hit the ground, tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Say it. Tuck and roll. Someone didn't...
Relationship that has very special problems, and only you and Jonathan can decide whether those problems are worth working out.
I can appreciate what you're going through, Rose. I once went through a very similar situation myself.
You once dated a little person?
Oh, no. No, what I was referring to... Sorry. Well, darling, I can't come see you this weekend. No way, I mean it. If it had been any other weekend. I know, but I'm queen of a ball. Isn't that something? Here, listen to this. Quote, the highlight being the Citrus Festival.
World Kingpin, Mickey the Cheese Man Moran is dead.
Mom, turn it
The Cheese
off.
Man is shown here
Now.
testifying before a Senate
No,
committee on organized
let's just
crime.
hear that to the end.
He was blown up this morning outside his home in suburban Chicago by a bomb attached to the ignition of his car. A violent end for a violent man.
What you said applies to me, too. My whole life has just been one lie after another. I realize now I was doing it just to get attention. I think maybe it's finally time for me to stop.
Oh, Mr. Meyer, that's wonderful.
Marvelous. Let's get going. I could have walked to New York by now.
Oh, Dr. Escobar, I'm
Like how to earn a living, how to pay the rent, how to be courteous to your Friday night mistake on Saturday morning. I still have to work on that last one myself.
Why does it have to be so hard?
The hardest part for me was explaining to my Kirsten the difference between...
So your wife had triplets. That's wonderful.
What are they?
That's when 3 babies are born at the same time.
Look, I really appreciate you all taking care of Emily, and I am sorry if I caused you any trouble.
Oh, she was no trouble at all. She was just a precious little angel. Well, it's time to go home now, Emily. Certainly.
Grief counselor, it's what you do for a living.
I know, but I have the highest suicide rate in the office.
Look, Rose, if you don't want to go out with Stan, just say so.
I don't want to go out with Stan.
Oh, honey, I know that going out with Stan is a big favor.
The biggest? You're asking me to spend
Right, nice cover.
It's true, Sophia. I need a new bed. My old one is falling apart. The price prices are outrageous. The bed I was...
It's awful.
Stinky. Go to hell, all of you.
I will not have that filthy beast in my house. It belongs in a barnyard.
This is not a farm
Sweet, you can't be serious. You're not in love with me.
Yes, I am, Blanche. I know it's sudden, but I feel it in my heart.
His father is going to kill me. I'm in charge of...
As a blind person.
I'll talk to her.
Rose?
Yes. Lily,
I know you just wanted to see if I was all right.
And that must be my socks and underwear coming back from the laundry. That is one of the biggest drawbacks of being without a wife. Chrissy.
Chrissy?
I had to talk to you, Big Stan. Why didn't you return my phone calls?
There's nothing to talk about, Chrissy.
Big Stan?
Rose, not that I care, but since you've already gone to so much trouble, just how did having plastic surgery ruin Olga's life?
Oh, it didn't ruin her life. It almost ruined St. Olaf.
It ruined my life.
Sophia, I don't know what all the hullabaloo is about. Dating a circus clown would be a dream come true for me.
Reach for the stars, Rose.
No, it would. Think.
I've just continued the tradition by myself.
That's so romantic, proposing over champagne. I never think of things like that. I'm gonna ruin this whole night, I know it.
Wait a minute, don't tell me you're thinking of popping the question right here on St. Valentine's Day, just like George did.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Would you care to dance?
Oh, I don't think so.
I'm usually not this forward, but Glenn Miller has such an effect on me. You don't like Glenn Miller, do you?
Oh, are you kidding? I was in the search party. Let's dance.
Nobody takes my mama's jewels without swinging for it. Nighty night.
So those are the facts, ladies. It's not a pretty picture. 1 out of...
Down with McCracken.
Your boss is coming here?
Yeah, a week on strike has had its effect on business. He wants to negotiate. I insisted we do it on our turf. That's him. Let him in. I gotta prepare the table.
His house.
Oh. Is anybody else hungry?
Now that you mention it, I could really go for pizza.
I've been thinking about Chinese.
I could go for a burger and fries.
Why don't we order it all?
Oh, Sophia, that'd be crazy.
So, this would be the first time we did something a little out of the ordinary around here?
The body cures itself. We doctors just help it along.
Actually, I'm starting to feel a little hot. What do you suppose could be causing that?
Have you checked your thermostat?
Why don't you check it for me?
Okay, where is it?
You spent 9 years in med school. Find it yourself.
It's kind of weird.
No, I've thought it all out. And then when you arrive at level 4, then you get to just nuke her. I mean, just nuke the hell out of her.
This is the Lanai. It is wonderful in the summertime, especially if you like to sunbathe with your top off.
Oh, really? Really? And the neighbors can't see in?
Oh, sure they can.
slut embroidered on her underwear.
Why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread? Once I built a...
I felt that way when my wife died.
You did?
Absolutely. Of course, I didn't let that stop me.
You mean you just make love and feel lousy?
Well, I'd feel lousy about it, but otherwise I'd feel terrific.
Well, she keeps calling. What should I do?
I'll get you off that phone.
Rose, I've fallen and can't get up. Help me!
I can't help you right now. I'm on the phone.
Brother Angelo, he was at your wedding?
He's the priest who lives in Sicily.
He's going to Brooklyn next week to visit the family and insisted on stopping off in Miami one day to wish you two a happy 40th wedding anniversary.
Yeah, but we're not married anymore.
Which brings me to the lasagna al forno.
Lord, how much more can you see?
I don't know, but I'm going to move down front and find out.
Dorothy, what time did Mario say he was coming over?
As soon as he hears from the judge.
I'm sorry.
I thought you'd be happy.
You want me to be happy? Help me put away the dishes.
You still angry with me?
I was never really angry. I was worried.
Well, Fernando.
That's not Fernando.
Well, what do you mean that's not Fernando? How could you tell?
All you have to do is look in his eyes.
Or at the price tag stuck to his back.
Oops. Thanks for trying, Blanche. It's nice.
Rocco!
Blood.
I knew it.
And then I put them away. I wanted more softness, more sweetness. So I went to my sketches of Rose.
You mean that's me up there?
No.
Who is it?
It is all of you. The answer...
Lust.
Look, Ma, I am a grown woman and I have needs.
Needs? You need food. You need air. You need a better wrinkle cream. You don't need sport nookie. This is wrong for you, Dorothy.
Wrong for me? You know, Ma, this...
Pussycat, I'm going out with my friends. Can you give me some money?
What happened to the money I gave you last night?
Let's see. $10 went for cover charge, $10 went for a round of drinks, and the other 10 went into the G-string of a very cute male dancer named Miss...
A lousy dollar?
That's the one.
I don't believe it.
We're gonna be on TV. I've been trying to get us on that show for 6 months.
Oh, that show is my favorite game show.
Oh, mine too. And I think Guy Corbin is the cutest host on TV. He's like Gene Rayburn, Chuck Woolery, and Bob Eubanks all rolled into one.
That's
Me and Fabrizio Rubino. We were on the verge of a passionate love affair when destiny intervened.
Don't tell me. His wife, Destiny Rubino?
Right. Boy, did she have a temper. She dragged him away by the hair on his back, smashed his skull with a ravioli. He's dead.
He's shy. He's very shy.
Didn't sound so shy last night.
Okay, fine. Let a dead guy lie there. It's going to be 98 degrees today. It won't be pretty.
Oh, well, I'm sure he's not dead. Rose, go look.
Come on, Dorothy.
See another woman?
Are you sure?
Yes. We used to see each other constantly. Now I'm lucky to see him twice a week. If he's not seeing another woman, what else could he be doing?
Maybe he paints like Red Skelton.
Rose, would you please hand me my grade book?
Sure.
Thank you.
Criticize him?
Watch me.
Oh, Dorothy, don't ever antagonize a man who could answer the question, you in what army? What's your gripe with the president, anyway?
He calls himself the education president, but our education system has some serious problems. I see the illiteracy. I see dropouts.
Please join us when we return to the air at 6 a.m. We now conclude our broadcast day with the Blue Angel Squadron, accompanied by our national anthem.
Car with you again, ever.
I can't believe you're being such a wimp.
Ma, you went through the stop sign, you hit a mailbox, you almost ran over Mrs. Burlfine.
Please, the woman's already in a wheelchair. How much more damage could I do?
Did I hear you say that you were from St. Olaf?
Yes.
I'm from St. Gustav. We're neighbors. My name's Meg.
I'm Rose. What are you doing here, Meg?
I was arrested for being a hooker, just like you.
Oh, I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Tomorrow, we'll handle the situation. Tell Gresham we can get together next week. No, he'll have to come here. I can't go to the coast. No, we're going to have to try to keep that whole week clear for my honeymoon. Sometime around the 17th. Well, if you can close it, all right, do so. Call me. I'm on the plane.
Let's go to Emilio's.
T-minus 10 seconds,
Oh,
Dorothy.
Ma, will you give it up? You are not dying. There is not going to be a doorbell. There is not going to be a pop. There is not going to be anything.
I'd like to inject some candy here. I'd also like to inject a tranquilizer dart into your backside. But my dart gun was confiscated after the incident with the trick-or-treaters. In my defense, it was dark and I was unaware of this Ninja Turtle craze. But I digress. So to be brief, Abby.
I'm here on an age discrimination case, and you're telling me I'm too old?
Oh, it is not me. It is Enrique Mas.
I'm confused.
Please, let me explain. You see, there are two me's. There is Enrique Mas, the dedicated consumer advocate fighting...
Would you like to see it?
Is it a two-piece?
Yes.
No.
Oh, this is just so exciting. I love construction workers. Good with their hands, dumb as stumps, and don't mind showing their buns when they bend over. Hey, look what I found.
Before I go, I just want to say it's been wonderful seeing the open, honest, and loving relationship you're having with Aurora. You've been great. I love you, Mama.
Wait. I'm not as perfect as you think I am. There's something you ought to know.
Shut up and play ball, you yuts. False alarm. Never mind. Let's all go to bed. Come on, Angelo. You can sleep in my room.
Oh, yeah, well, want a bit crowded?
Please, in Sicily, we slept 4 in a bed.
Yeah, but there's 6 of us.
I meant just you and me.
Oh, fancy.
Blanche, I'm trying to decide what to get Dorothy for her birthday. What do you think about this? Good-looking, single white male seeks fun times on a regular basis.
Well, it's something she doesn't have.
Hi.
Dorothy, you're home from school.
Oh, Ma, do you realize...
Bruce Willis's hair.
Blanche, I want to talk to you. I'm in no mood to fight. Neither am I. That's what I want to talk about. We've been at each other's throats for weeks. We've also been running ourselves ragged, trying to outdo each other. It has to stop.
I'm not giving Fidel up, Sophia.
Bye, girls.
Oh, hi, Rose.
Sophia, what are you doing with that heavy coat on inside the house?
You tell me, Rose.
was Sophia naked just now, or does... Excuse me.
I want to put Dorothy in charge of all the arrangements for the banquet. You won't have to do a thing. That way you have all your time free to devote to the exhibition.
But, Mr. Allen, the banquet, I'd always assumed that I was going to handle it.
Well, you were, Blanche. But that was before we found Dorothy. Tell her I want to see her when she gets...
It's better with men.
Oh, man, that's false security.
No, it's not. I was safer with Charles. I was never once robbed or murdered when I was with Charles.
Look, you could just as easily have been murdered living with Charles.
I'm surprised she wasn't...
When they're little, you protect them from the bullies on the playground, and later you suffer with them through acne and puppy love.
And the first date and the first time alone in a car, finally they meet someone who will love them and take care of them, and they don't need you anymore.
Wonderful. I met a gorgeous single doctor on the plane.
At 30,000 feet, she picks up a doctor. Now I see the family resemblance.
In fact, I'm supposed to meet him in a half hour, if that's okay.
But, darling, you just got here.
And Blanche, you always said, if you've got a stallion eating oats out of your hand, best clean.
Hi, Sophia. Let's roll, Freddie. We got a game to win.
That was really a sweet thing for Sophia to do.
I know.
But if she loses, I'll punch her stinking heart out.
You're going to take all the guff I got, and you're going to like it.
Oh, no, I don't.
All right, everybody, now shut the hell up.
I'm in charge here. From now on, everyone listens to me.
Why should we listen to you?
Because I happen to be the most decorated pioneer scout in the history of northern Minnesota. I can build a 100-foot rope bridge.
Tell us all about the big weekend.
And don't leave out a thing. I want you to start with the sweet nothings he whispered in your ear.
Well, okay. First, he said that I was a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
And then he said I was fun to be with.
Yeah.
And then you know what she took back? A set of pearl earrings.
The ones I fell in love with at Jordan Marsh.
Yep. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, Ma, who cares? Rose, I love it. No, this will come in a lot handier than those pearl earrings. The next time I'm lost in the woods with a stack of pancakes. Very different experience from when Stan and I were together. Here she is.
Well, what happened? How was it? What, you had a terrible time?
You had a wonderful time.
Honey, tell us what happened.
Arnie. I slept with him.
And?
He didn't matter.
Blanche, I admire you. You're a very special woman. But you didn't make a mistake. You were right. Blanche, I'm happy. I like myself. I want to share my life with somebody, but I want to share it with somebody who's as comfortable with me as I am with them. I don't want to go through life wondering if my tie's too loud or I'm using the wrong...
I just can't believe we're on our way to St. Olaf. Oh, I'm so excited. You girls are going to love it. But I guess every...
Bill Charmer, you know that?
Oh, you lady die. Come on.
Do me a favor, join the bomb squad. Oh, God, I'm crazy nuts about this guy.
I'm going to throw in the towel and take an early retirement. I wonder if you can collect Social Security at $49.50.
$49.50. What is that, Blanche? The address of the Social Security building? Come on now, you had a bad day at work. Happens to all of us, but we're not retiring. Who is it?
It's Uncle Angelo.
Come in.
Dorothy.
Cleaning up the dirty dishes, you twit. Listen, why don't we just leave this mess and go out and get something to eat?
Yeah, I'll ask Ma if she'd like to come. It'll do her good to get out of the house.
Oh, she's been so depressed since she got back from that funeral.
I mean,
You know, my motto today could be the last day of the rest of your life. Sophia, I'll bet with a few tips from me, you can have this guy Tony in bed in no time. That's good, because that's exactly how much time we have.
my mother does not.
Don't spend all your time in prison hating me, Dorothy. Learn a trade.
Dorothy, tonight I'm going to be out front in a laundry truck.
Gotcha. So?
If you hear screaming, don't call the cops.
No.
What is it?
It's a beetle.
They call it a fly, but it's really a beetle?
Yes.
How do they know it's Spanish?
Because it wears a little sombrero.
Well, why don't they just call it a beetle? Spanish beetle.
Because they call it Spanish fly.
Well, then what do they call their fly?
I don't care! Forget it!
Nerves get a bit jangled at these events. Perhaps you would care to discuss one of my paintings?
That would be lovely.
Good, good. Now, shall we start here? Now, do you see how I echo Monet with my brush strokes?
Yeah.
Yes. And do you see how I show darkness with single points of light?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, on the committee is female. Who are you going to sleep with? Are you insinuating that I cannot win it on merit alone? All women? So where are you going all dressed up?
Raymond invited me.
The community.
Well, he is not ready.
Caroline, your mother and I were married for 43 years. They were wonderful years. I didn't think it was possible to find someone I'd care about again, but this happens when it happens. I've got a second chance. I think it would be nice if...
Sorry, I can't make it tonight. I have a 24-hour bug. Well, I'll call you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye. I should have told him I have a date with Buzz. God, I hate me right now.
Tell me about it. Frisk me.
Oh, Ma, stop that. What are you doing?
Just frisk me. Frisk me. It's important practice for me if I'm going to prison.
Ma, you are not going to prison. Now think back. Shady Pines. What?
You're always losing everything. You lost our tickets to the Julio Iglesias concert. You misplaced 2 sets of house keys. You even had to have somebody help you find your car at the airport.
I know I didn't lose those earrings. I'll find them for you right now.
You better hurry up. I have to be there by 6 o'clock.
You've still got plenty of time. It's only...
Ma.
It's okay. She changed her mind.
Oh, God.
I know, Dorothy. I know.
Oh, that must be the little strands.
Frank, we love you, but you are out of here.
Give me a minute.
Sure.
Listen, you. You're just
This is wonderful.
No, it is not wonderful, Dorothy. I was lying in bed eating, and if I don't get up and walk around, I'm going to become as big as a hippo. And life, if I can still call it that, has to go on in one form or the other, so here I am. I'll just spend my remaining years in the company of women. Only reason I'm sticking around is to read Danielle Steele's next book.
Calm down. Calm down. What's wrong?
These two are driving me crazy. They drink milk off the floor, they scratch the furniture, and this one just coughed up a fur ball. That was not a fur ball. It was a
Rose, who
raspberry.
cares what it was? Now quit driving Ma crazy.
Dorothy, our director's...
Blanche. Maybe I ought to just leave you alone for a while.
Clayton Hollingsworth, you look me in the face and tell me you really are what you just said you are.
I think you heard me the first time, Blanche.
We're there?
Oh, I happen to know he didn't.
How?
Bridget isn't his type.
Of course she isn't. She's too good for him.
How about a nice last glass of lemonade.
Not now. What do you mean she is too good for him?
Well, he doesn't even have a job.
Well, neither does Henry Kissinger, really, but he's still very highly regarded.
Anna said she was. She looks like hell.
Thank you, Blanche.
Oh, you know, I think in my novel my heroine will be sick. Tragically sick, but snatched back from death by a doctor.
I feel great. Let's go to dinner and celebrate. How does Chinese food sound?
I love Chinese food.
Oh, why not? A celebratory dinner to bury the hatchet.
Who invited you?
Don't wait up.
But evidently I didn't name the 7 they had in mind.
Rose, hand me that newspaper.
No, you're going to hit me with it.
No, I won't.
You promise?
I promise.
I'm Vaxie, hotel security. Nobody touch anything. You say no one was in the room but her and the victim?
That's right, sir.
He's dead, all right. Steak knife right through the heart.
That must be what killed him.
St. Olaf?
You wear black, they think you're depressed. You wear red, they think you're angry.
You're wearing negligee, they think you want to sleep with them.
Why aren't you arrested more? Anyway, Dr. Halperin is really working
You better be getting to bed, darling. You're in training. Oh, wait a minute. Almost forgot. I want you to put this lingerie on under your uniform for batting practice.
I know you said you'd help my game, but do you think this will work?
Yes. He was very insecure about the other kids liking her. Now, she would do anything to gain their approval. She would do their homework for them while her grades suffered. She would give them her lunch money in the misguided belief that she could buy their acceptance. Finally, lonely and desperate, and I was about to call the police. You should have. That's who we were with. What? What happened?
Look, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, well, all right, but somebody tell me before I die in suspense. My brilliant daughter scalped the tickets to an undercover policeman.
Get off my back.
You're lucky I was with you. You'd still be in the...
This is why I didn't tell you about this in the first place. You are always criticizing me. You are always judging me. You are always telling me what to do. Well, this time I'm going to do what feels right for me, and there's nothing you can say that'll make me feel guilty about it.
Boy, I wish I'd married Bing Crosby when I had the chance. As a matter of fact, it does, you cheapskate.
You know, Ma, I remember when I was a little girl.
Oh, God.
I used to have these terrible...
What did you say?
I said no.
I guess we're paying full price for the cocktail, Franks. Good news. Clayton and Doug said they'd love to go to the banquet with us.
What? Oh, are you out of what is left of your mind? Why did you invite them?
Wait for the beep, then leave a message. Beep.
Hi, this is Rose.
Well, shut up and get in here.
I see you're with 2 double-crossing...
Hey, look who's back. What, you never dropped a knife before? Oh, welcome back, baby.
I want you two to pretend you're still married and that we're all living here together.
No, I'm sorry, Sophia. I will not take part in this. The institution of marriage is sacred.
I'll give you $50.
Okay, I'll do it.
Dorothy, it's only for one afternoon. It'll break your uncle's heart if he finds out you're divorced.
Ma, forget it. We're divorced because Stanley...
Oh, I can't tell you that. That would be unethical. Let's just say that some of my handiwork is prominently featured on NBC's Thursday night lineup. Mrs. Devereaux.
Call me Blanche. We're talking about tightening my behind and pumping up my bosoms. I think we can be on a first-name basis.
Caring, they need compassion. They need attending to. You know, someday, Dr. Bud, you're going to be on the other side of the table. And as angry as I am, and as angry as I always will be, I still wish you a better doctor than you were to me. Ah, you don't have a license.
I have a license. It expired years ago. I went down and had it renewed.
Look, I absolutely forbid you to do this.
Why?
Because you drive like Mr. Magoo. I don't understand why suddenly out of the blue you decided to start driving again.
I had a blind date.
What happened?
Wait, don't tell me. Klaus von Bülow?
I'm talking about Sophia. How did she die?
What do you mean, how did she... Excuse me. Rose?
Thank you, Stan.
Blanche, would you care for something? Doesn't look like you're fighting the battle of the bulge.
No, thank you, Stan.
Well then, I'd like to make a toast. Your attention, please, everybody. To my son-in-law and my daughter. May she be as happy with her new life mate as I am with mine.
Pay attention. You're in for a treat.
Oh, Ma, not another act.
No, Dorothy, not just another act, the act. I've taken a classic and reworked it Sophia style. Thanks for the Medicare.
Hi. Ready to go?
Soon as Rose lends me some gloves.
They're in the bottom drawer on the left, under my clarinet.
Be right back.
Rose is not here. Do you have any idea what time it is? No, it is not party time. It is sleepy time. No, that is not an invitation. Sir, you cannot die from that. No, it's just uncomfortable. Take a cold shower in the normal...
Stephanie? Hi, Rhonda. It's Rose. Sorry. Oh, that's quite all right. There's a little poem my mom made up that might help you remember. It goes,
Hey, your name is Rose. I think I can handle that.
Oh, care for you, Jonathan.
Then will you marry me?
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. 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 Yes.
Oh, Rose, honey, wake up. Rosie, wake up, darling.
Rose. Blanche, that does it. That does it. I have had it. Now listen, up until the time we started working together, you were my best friend. The reason we were such good friends was because you trusted me. Now all of a sudden, I don't know, you think I'm some other person, someone who'd stab you in the back. I am not that person. Blanche, I am still your best friend. Art.
Honey, don't be silly. Jake knows I care for him, but our relationship can only go so far. Now, he knows that as well as I do. It's probably him. Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetheart.
None of us is. We won't be better by then.
Fine, can I have your date?
Of course, Ma. You can have my date, my dress, and my dessert at the dinner. Just leave me alone with my thermometer and the one nostril I can breathe out of.
Great news, girls! I found my folk medicine book. It has a cure for everything.
I hope it has a cure for cranky. There's a lot of that.
Doesn't belong in a cabinet. It belongs in a glass canister. That way, it's not only visually appealing, but you can see if they cheated you out of raisins.
I thought everybody knew that.
You know, until I met you, Rose, I didn't know that people actually talk back to their Rice Krispies.
Like you've had too much wine. That's amore.
Oh, Ma, that's lovely.
What?
You're singing.
That was me? I was going to ask you to turn off the radio.
Ladies, I have very bad news. I must shorten my stay, Dorothy. In fact, I'm...
Is Blanche here?
Yes, she is. Whom shall I say is calling?
This is kind of embarrassing. Would you mind telling her Loverboy is here?
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. Blanche, Loverboy is here.
Blanche.
He left office with the highest popularity rating since FDR. He was more popular than Tammy Baker or Maybelline convention.
I can't believe it. How on earth did he get here?
You know how Alfonso kept talking about his old vaudeville partner? It turns out it was Bob Hope. Isn't that a kick?
A mug of hot apple cider with a cinnamon stick.
Lady, does this look like Knott's Berry Farm?
Coffee will be fine.
Coffee.
Did I ever tell you girls I met my husband George on Christmas Eve?
Oh, Blanche, how exciting.
Let me tell you just how exciting a Christmas Eve can be. I was home from college on Christmas vacation when my
Rose, it's the middle of September. What are you doing?
Oh, it's a banner Charlie made. I thought it'd be nice to have some good memories of him around me. He put it up every year. He was one of a kind, all right. Loved Christmas.
Loved Christmas.
Mom, I think we should talk.
Oh, why don't we just forget about it?
I don't want to forget about it.
Okay, then I forgive you. I know it wasn't your fault.
Mom, you've got to stop pretending I'm some kind of perfect angel. I'm not. I make mistakes. And what I did the other night was one of them.
Did she finish grade school?
Dorothy, do you know anything about this boy's family background?
All I know is that he's a doctor.
A doctor? What the heck with his background? Do you have any idea how much a doctor makes these days?
No, I really don't care what he does for a living. I mean, the important thing is that he and Kate have a good relationship.
Bottom half is as good as his top half. I'm in love.
Boy, the timing of Jerry's visit works out perfectly for me. See, his birthday is in 2 weeks, and the office is giving him a surprise roast. So I have to come up with 1 or 2 things that I can kid him about. I can get away with it because he considers me a good friend.
Guido Spirelli? It's me, Sophia. I've come a long way to speak to you. Many years ago, I wronged you. I broke your heart, and because of that, I've been suffering all these years. I just want you to know how sorry I am. From the bottom of my heart, Guido, I apologize.
Dr. Brand?
Goes on. In my village in Sicily, we had a custom. If your mother-in-law died, you were forced to wear a hair shirt, eat dirt, and pound your head on a rock. Anything to keep you from laughing.
Dorothy, Rose, talk to me. You girls have got to believe me.
We believed you once, Blanche. We're not falling for it again.
Falling for what? I told you the truth.
Oh, Blanche, come off it. You really expect us to believe that Gil was...
Good night. Blanche,
Yes.
I know you're going to think I'm a hypocrite for this, but is there any way I could call you for dinner sometime?
Only one way I can think of.
What?
By looking at that napkin, my number's on it. Good night.
Can I get something else for you, John?
No. I don't know what to say.
I hope you'll say yes.
Ted, I think there's something you should know about Dorothy. She snores like a freight train.
Who cares? She's still a great gal.
Hey, Guy, you're a wealthy doctor. You could have gorgeous women crawling at your feet. Why waste your time?
No.
Never.
Okay. But quiet.
Like a mouse.
Oh, boy, that must have been some dream you were having last night. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. I forgot it was a full moon.
Are Michael and Lorraine here yet, Dorothy?
No, but they should be any minute.
You seem a little nervous.
Oh, I am.
Are you nervous because you haven't met Michael's
I want you to know that Dad asked me to leave. He said he agreed with you. I don't get it. You two never agreed about anything before.
I guess we both agree that we love you.
Well, you have a funny way of showing it. Because of this,
Stupid. I could see there was something about Alvin that wasn't right.
Ma, he has Alzheimer's disease. I met his daughter down at the boardwalk. She said that when he first started wandering off, she followed him everywhere. She tickled Joe.
I can't believe it. She fell for it again. You ought to have yucks tattooed on your forehead. Here you go. You are brilliant, Harry.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Green. These are black. I look like Buddy Holly. You get in the kitchen and eat your slop before I spank that little pink fanny. All right, I'm going. Oh, sorry. That's the way they used to call us for dinner at the home.
It's a small world after all.
Of all the saloons and gin joints in the world, she had to walk into mine.
Ma, I've been looking everywhere for you. We really need to talk. You threw me out of your crummy club.
I'll start working on it just as soon as I finish with the invitations for you-know-who's wedding.
Look, Rose, I would rather not talk about Ma's wedding.
Dorothy, don't you think it's time you gave her your blessing? We've hired a caterer. We've ordered the flowers. The invitations are being sent out.
Blanche, how can
Dorothy, stop that. You're making a fool of yourself. Mr. Ha-Ha's looking at you.
Are you Dorothy's Bornat?
That's right.
Get up on stage, Dorothy!
Get bent, ha-ha.
Come on, kids. Let's give Dorothy a great big ha-ha cheer! Ha-ha!
Wow! Jean, could you tell me what the future holds?
Sure. In January, Brooke Shields and Lady Di will star together in a Broadway musical comedy. Senator Edward Kennedy will once again run for the...
No, I mean what the future holds for me and Jonathan.
Rose? I'm not kidding. Would ever treat me that way. And you know why, Ma?
The whole city knows why. They heard it on the radio.
Rose, how was your date with Miles?
We had a great time. Well, he seemed much more exciting tonight. Miles is living every moment like it's his last.
To pay for it. I certainly haven't.
She's always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Fine. Make jokes. I'd just like to know how you all would feel if you thought you were going to have a test tube for a son-in-law.
Thank you.
Oh, please. I've waited my whole life to play this part.
Long wait. Thank you, Miss Devereaux. Let's take a 5. Well, I thought you were great.
Well, I was to him in that souped-up old Studebaker, racing out toward Bayou country, where Deck knew this justice of the peace who specialized in marrying stupid teenage girls from well-to-do families. Now, lucky for me, old man Montgomery had been in the Rexall that day and overheard us making our plans and tipped off you and Daddy. You know, to this day, I don't know how you all got...
Blanche, you coming with us?
Oh, you're kidding, of course.
Oh, you'll love it.
Oh, nothing personal, honey, but those places are meant for desperate, hopeless people who can't find someone any other way.
Well, if you're sure.
I'd rather... See ya. Bye.
Dorothy, are you all right?
Oh, she's a trooper. She'll be fine, won't you, Dorothy?
Not until I taste his blood.
Now, you don't mean that. Listen, I want you just to take a deep breath and think pleasant thoughts. Come on now. 1, 2, 3.
The practice.
Hey, Dorothy, if you're so sure of yourself, how about a little side bet?
Oh? What'd you have in mind?
If I win, you lend me the money to fly to Sicily with Augie.
No. All right, fine. But if I win...
Too soon?
Rose, do you think we can go call St. Olaf now and you can explain it to them the way I explained it to you?
Well, we could try. We might not be able to get a hold of anybody. It's everybody hide the corn day.
It was a perfect reception. For once, everything...
I knew it.
And then I put them away. I wanted more softness, more sweetness. So I went to my sketches of Rose.
You mean that's me up there?
No.
Who is it?
It is all of you. The answer...
My name isn't Sophia Pahawkins.
Excuse me.
Rose, what the hell is going on?
This is terrible. I was raised to hate communists. I remember in the early 50s when McCarthy came to St. Olaf to speak in the town square. I was never so moved by a public speaker. Although some people thought he was a puppet for the right wing. No, wait, that was Charlie McCarthy.
I lost my heart, and I opened my wallet, Oh, the expensive gifts and the fancy dinners and the weekends in Mykonos, I even wore one of those tiny Speedo swimsuits. Shows all of your...
Find out what kind of a man Elliot really is. Now, if you're her friend, you'll tell her.
But honey, she'd be devastated. What kind of a friend would I be to hurt her like that?
Well, what kind of a friend would you be if you let Elliot ruin her life? She could marry that man. They could have a child. They could adopt a child. Anchop, St. Olaf's leading shepherd and notary, came to speak. Oh, it was so moving when he talked about his solitary existence with the sheep. No human contact for months at a time. Oh, just building a special relationship with God's simple...
Ever really means it.
I did.
Well, you're a freak. Besides, it's bad luck if you don't get kissed at midnight. Why, my New Year's Eve kiss is the most important one of the whole year. It sets the tone for the next 365 days. 1 year, I didn't get...
Bye.